You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to leave me a comment, like, and share the video tonight, today, whatever you want to call it. I'm staying up late to watch the college football playoffs, so I figured I could go ahead and do my Love and Hip Hop video. So we're doing a Love and Hip Hop New York review. Thoughts of the episode, I thought it was pretty dry. The show haven't been on in a couple weeks. The week before Christmas, I believe, was last. Oh no, it came on the Christmas week. It came on, so maybe I'm just a little behind. But anyways, the episode was kind of weak. The highlight of the episode was definitely the Sin and Joe Budden, argument, I guess you could say, at the end of the show. So we'll start there. I'll do something new. I will start there, and basically, it's a situation with Sin. She feels like Joe is neglecting her and the family, and he basically was like, he's not trying to. He's working. His job requires him to work 25/8, and he was just like, he's not in a position yet where he could just sit back, play the family man all day, every day, and money just roll in. Unfortunately, he has to get out and go and make the money. And she's looking at it like, okay, well, where's the compromise? Where am I in all of this? Like, I need some attention. I've been feeling unhappy. I've been feeling neglected. I'm depressed. Some days I don't even have energy to even get out of the bed. Like, she basically just said she feels ignored, and this is definitely one of the things that you hate most about relationships, because you do have to, even though she is experiencing what she's experiencing, she having some mental issues going on with feeling neglected and all of those things like that. This is one of the hard things about relationships, because nobody really is, at least in the middle of an argument, nobody really feels like they're wrong. He feels like he's right. She feels like, she's right. The compromise is never really there in the middle of the argument. And I think the hardest thing to do is to, think about the perspective of your partner. Like, he also called her out. He was just like, past year and a half, like, your energy and your vibes have not been the same as they were when I met you and fell in love with you. So this not the same. Feeling the ways go both ways. It's just not you feeling the ways, it's also me feeling the ways. And I felt like then, she started crying right away. And I just felt like those tears was just tears to like try to win the argument. Now I know my women followers, they gonna be like, nah, bruh, y'all men just don't be want to recognize, and I get it. But I don't know, and I'm not, I shouldn't say they are dissing, they not genuine, but it just felt like the timing. And she was like, up until that point, she was going blow for blow, like, boom, boom, you ain't this, you neglecting me, and well, you know what I'm saying. But then it just, the tears fell. But most of the time, and she kind of stroked me as a woman. A lot of times women, we have very emotional women, and then you just have women who are emotional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pretending to be no expert like Steve Harvey, but usually women will, unless they just very emotional, they wait till the man leaves to start crying or whatever. But like I said, I think the hardest thing to do in a relationship is to see each other's viewpoint of the criticism and move forward. Because like I said, in the middle of both of us arguing, I don't think I'm wrong. She don't think she don't feel as though she's wrong. Same thing with Joe and Sin. She don't feel like she's wrong, and he don't either. And I think that's one of the hardest things. Well, that is the hardest thing to deal with in a relationship. But they gonna work it out. And but it was so crazy. And even as I ain't trying to throw no shade at Sin, but she basically made a comment like, some days she just don't really have energy. She don't work. And I know a lot of women, this topic 50-50, because you gonna have some women be like, girl, your man working, you ain't got to work, you got a nanny, you could just, whatever. But then there's other women that's gonna be like, he still need to pay her attention. And I agree with both of those. So it just goes to show you how hard it is to juggle all of these things and be a man and be in a relationship. You got to work to provide. Because I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying, having my lady if she wanted to, if I was able to, well off. You know, I ain't gonna even say that. Because I feel like knowing my girl, my lady, she'll get bored sitting at home all day. So I definitely can't see it. That ain't her. So, but if she was the type that would want to be a housewife, even though I said in the video, if I won a lottery, she had to keep working or whatever. But you know, I don't know. It just goes to show you how hard it is being a man in a relationship. Like you got to juggle all of these things, like work, emotional, you know, your woman's emotions and keeping a healthy relationship, you know, yada 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 yada. So, but anyways, I low key don't really feel ways about it because Joe Budden is a bland type of guy. You know, he's a butthole. He is what he is, and I really felt like she knew what she was getting herself into when she was dating him. So I mean, it is what it is. But anyways, the show kicked off with you know, Juelz was talking about taking the plea deal. And how he thought taking the plea would ease his mind with everything because that would be lifted off of him. But obviously it didn't. And, you know, he also talked about, you know, it's hard for him to face the fact that the drugs is why he's in this position. And I'm just, y'all know my position on this, man. He got to stop blaming these drugs for having an arrest warrant in New Jersey and taking a loaded firearm into the airport and then fleeing the scene. I'm just sorry drugs they made him do that. But anyways, Kim Bella shows up. She apologized for basically having the worst timing ever after he entered his plea deal. They get in the car to go home and she just going off. She apologized and she was just like, she was afraid and scared and upset because she don't know what's going to happen to her family. And, you know, I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's a lot of, you know, women are definitely emotional. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really, I can't blame her. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna really do it too bad. Just because, I mean, I don't know how I feel to be a woman to have a man that's finna go to jail, go to prison for 12 months to 18 months, and I don't got no job, and I depend on him for everything. But anyway, they start talking about how they gonna tell the kids and. They were just like they gonna hold off. So anyways, moving on, Joe, he goes to meet up with his mom, and his mom name is Faye, and basically he just letting them know like, Sin is not happy with me right now, and Mama was just like, what's taking so long? Like Mama ain't even trying to hear that. Mama like, y'all been together this long, y'all have a child, like where's the ring? And that's when Joe was just like, man, I do see myself marrying her, but not in the state that she's in right now. Like she's arguing to me over sex. Like sex. Like there are more important things to argue about than sex. And you know, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not that close to my mama to even be having a conversation like that. Especially involving the word sex. I just that ain't, you know, I'm not that close with my mama. And I do understand the older you get, your parents start treating you as an adult, and that is definitely true. But oh Lord. Yeah, I'm not that comfortable with my you know, my mom to be having those type of conversations. But anyways, you know, he was just like, basically they need to be able to be on the same page whether their relationship leads to marriage or not. I agree with that. You know, but whatever. So anyways, we get a scene. Nia Lee, she goes and meets up with Rich, and basically she apologized with, you know, her first, you know, when she met him, she was a little rah-rah about to fight Cindy or whatever, and she apologized for that. And you know, and he brings up the whole DJ Self drama that she had at the club that night, and basically she was just like, he don't respect me, he don't show me any love. Like this meeting and this sit down that I'm having with you is way more than he ever gave me. And Rich was just like, he be on some controlling type stuff. Like he say you need to respect him or whatever because you might need him one day. And I mean, come on, like. I just feel like if she felt like he be disrespecting her and she called him out on it, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like the reason he said that is because she's a woman. And we all know how this industry goes. But anyways, He was just like, he gonna help her because he was just like, oh, she need to learn how to move in the industry, show some love and respect. But the thing is, like, it's so crazy because that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So women artists, female artists have to kiss butt and suck up just to get their record spinned by a DJ. Like, come on, man. Like, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't feeling that. But anyways, he agreed. Well, he just made it a point that he gonna help her out or whatever if she do something in return for him. And basically that's turned Sydney Star into a rapper, to be honest with you. Sydney Star is the transgender rapper that he's working with. And he was just like, if you do this for me, I'll make sure I get your music into the right hands. And once again, what that sounds, it sounds very controlling. Like you are a female artist, and if you do this for me, I'll do that for me. I like if I was her, if that's the route y'all gonna take with these female artists, I need to get that signed in a contract that if I do this, that y'all gonna do that. So anyway, she said that she will help Cindy, and obviously y'all know Cindy, she appeared and she apologized for how she came off, and she explained the reason she got so defensive because the way she looked down and she felt like she was being judged for being trans, and she was feeling the ways. And Naya was like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make you feel like that, girl, but you know what I'm saying, we could be cool. So they make up, y'all already know how that goes. Then we get a quick scene where Sin is talking about her and Joe relationship drama, how she's tired and emotional, and she's asking for more time from Joe, but work comes first. And another reason why I get it, women, but when you marry a guy in the industry, come on now, like it's just like marrying an NBA player. Like this whole, I know y'all probably don't keep up with, but Lonzo Ball, I'm a huge Ball fan. His girlfriend, baby mama, she was just looking for a meal ticket. She upset at him because he don't spend that much time with the baby or whatever, and like he played 82 games. Come on, like certain professions, like women, what you get, y'all know what y'all get yourself into, so like chill out with all of that. But that's just me, and y'all can criticize me for saying it, but I feel like what comes with the territory once you start dating somebody. So then, anyways, moving on, we find out Mariah Lynn is currently raising her 2-year-old sister because her mama is still with the crack. She's still doing the drugs and in and out of jail and all this kind of stuff. And she just let us know it's her third time having to do something like this, take custody of one of her siblings or whatever. So, that's that. And so Jonathan, he pulls up, and Mariah goes on this spiel about that's why when people come for her on Instagram and social media, because she's dealing with so much in real life, that's why she clapped back and all this type of stuff. And I'm saying, I would just love for just everybody to put that negative energy into something positive, like, or ignore it. If you got this, I'm just trying to figure out in my mind, if I'm raising my 2-year-old sister, and I can't, and like I said, I can't be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm wrong, I can learn from it. But I'm raising my 2-year-old sister, and somebody called me a ugly this or can't rap that. I go off on them. How is that making me a better, example and what's the other word? I don't know, parental figure for my little 2-year-old sister. I don't know. I just wish we could somehow turn all this negative energy that's put out there on social media into positive energy. That's just me. But anyway, so then Jonathan, he brings out Anais. It was a picture up on Instagram, social media. I don't have an Instagram, but I have a Twitter. Twitter is very much alive. Everything is on Instagram is on Twitter. And she lost a lot of weight, and Jonathan was just like, oh, I've been trying to reach out to her. She looked so ill, and I just want to know if everything okay. I've been calling Ruben, going straight to voicemail. They don't want to talk to you, bruh. Ain't nothing worse than having somebody that you feel like genuinely your friend, but you find out they just being nosy and want to be all up in your business. That's all Jonathan is. He just want to be nosy because the last encounter that you had with this woman, and I'm sorry if you really my friend, it shouldn't take for you seeing something on Instagram or Facebook or whatever to reach out to me and make sure I'm okay after we have a whole argument about you and your BS, because she basically called him out for his BS. But anyways, enough of Jonathan because I can't really stand him. But anyways, moving on, Kim Bella is having a little party, or they at the little jump house or Sky Zone or whatever for Jewel's junior birthday. And y'all already know what's coming. Jewel Santana, he popped up with gifts and with great news, saying the court allowed him or approved him to move back into the home. So the kids are very excited about that. Kim Bella's excited that her and Jewel's made up. I'm excited because I can't even lie and make up a reason why I'm excited, because I really don't care. But, what I'm saying? But you know what? It is good that he's going to be able to go home to the same home that his children are in before he have to actually turn himself in and serve whatever sentence that the judge gave him. So that is definitely a big positive. Spend as much time with your family before you have to go behind those gates. Oh, man, them prison yards getting bigger and bigger, man, just because of, our people want to just make stupid decisions all of a sudden, like carry a loaded firearm into the airport, hint, hint, because I was popping Percocets, hint, hint. Anyways, moving on, Lexi Sky, she goes to meet with, I don't know what the manager name for Treyway, it might be Treyway or Shadi, whatever his name, and she mad that she's done a priority. And he basically said, we move how we move. We move when we see fit. Like, you don't tell us how to move. And she wasn't happy with it. And basically, long story short, he just asked her, like, well, until we start working on you and your project, can you start releasing, music via SoundCloud? And she was just like, no, I'm a single mother. I moved to New York. I did this. I did that. I did this. I did that. And I want people to hear my music. And he got so tired of hearing about that. You want to know why? Because he immediately changed the subject and asked, how's your daughter doing? And how's everything with Fetty? Like, he already know who he dealing with. Like, ain't no getting through to her. She gonna keep doing what she want to do. He might as well go ahead and get his chain back. She also talked about fearing, being signed with them because she don't know how much longer they're gonna be a management team or a record label, given the whole Tekashi situation and him going to testify and saying we don't fold or whatever it was that he said under oath in the courtroom. Like, it was ridiculous. But yeah, Lexus Sky, just be independent, boo. Anyways, moving on, Jacquay and Rich, they are in the studio. They have this hot track for Cindy. The beat was bananas. It was crazy. I was vibing to the beat, and you know what I'm saying? I really love music, specifically beats. I don't make music. I just enjoy hearing everybody else's art. And when he was playing the music, and you just know when the beat be good, he just be like, hey, that kind of thing right there. It be like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was. I was like, ooh. But you know what I'm saying? My girlfriend, she was looking at me like, that ain't all that. She don't understand. She a Mariah Carey fan. She don't understand. You know what I'm saying? She just, what I'm saying, understand them high notes. I'm sorry. She gonna laugh when she hear that. But anyway, so like I said, they got a record for Cindy. She hop in the booth. She spit. That ain't it, sis. She is far from ready to make a record. You know what I'm saying? And I just think Rich is using this opportunity because she may pop. Because think about it. You the first guy to discover a transgender female rap artist, right? You'll be big. And I think that's what he looking at most so, because he definitely not looking at her talent. Because from what I heard, I just wasn't impressed with it. And she walked away from that afraid that Jacquay and Rich is not going to work with her again. And I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? Because it was pretty bad. Anyways, moving on, Nia Lee, she meets up with Cindy after the studio session. Cindy gives Nia Lee the rundown of how it went. And basically, like, they thought it was trash. So Nia was like, let me hear the verse or whatever. And she spit it. And the whole time she had the phone like this right here, like she was recording it. I'm just like, why she holding the phone like that? Like, just let the beat play and you just flow. Like, it's almost, but anyway, so Naya agreed that ain't it either, sis. So she was just more so, giving her advice like, you don't have to always, let us know that you're transgender, start off everything transgender. You just rap, just rap. You know what I'm saying? And give us what you got. Then the conversation kind of shifts, and Cindy started talking about how she been lying about having a sex change, and she was just like, she thought that it would make people not like her if they found out that she still had a penis. And she was just like, at first she didn't tell guys, and she said she also had sex with guys without telling them. But now she don't, because a lot of members of that community has been getting killed and hurt, and things like that. And then she goes on to tell a story about her being bullied in school, people picking at her saying people like you don't belong in this world. And basically Naya was just like, listen, you gotta learn how to forgive people and not carry that weight, because it'll be bringing you down. And Naya really wants to help her, It seems like a genuine bond there. But I'm gonna touch back on the whole thing. Y'all know I can't let it go. Y'all can't let it go. When she was just like, she didn't tell guys that she still had a penis and had sex with them. I genuinely feel this way. I wouldn't know that she was a man. Like, surgery, cosmetic surgery, and whatever, plastic surgery, it has gotten to the point where it's an art, baby. Hey, boy, them doggone surgeons, they artists with that knife. They be snipping and cutting and stuffing. Boy, they know what they be doing, boy. And I just didn't think, just looking at it, and then she didn't have no Adam's album. I was just like, oh Lord, like, that's usually what. Let me check and see if she got, so. But anyway, honestly, how I feel about it, I pray to God it don't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely pray that transgenders or just members of that community be responsible, and just let whoever they dealing with know what they are and what they was or whatever, and just let the people move on. But here's my thing, man. She said she still had sex with him, so in my mind, I mean, it was okay with the the ding-a-ling being there. They got everything, yeah. So I mean, if they proceed to have sex with her, what that tell you? So I can't really condemn her, because it's a decision to be made. Like, I'm sure she was nervous when she was undressing, and she was just like, oh Lord, this thing poking out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, boy, go down. I know she was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she hasn't had a sex change, and I mean, unless she's shrimp down there, unless she's shrimp, you know what I'm saying, them boys, and even if she's shrimp, them boys seen it, you know what I'm saying, just feeling, and you know what I'm saying, but they still had sex with her, so it was okay to them. And it is what it is, but I'm happy that she's being more responsible with it now and letting them know out front what it is, and that right there. So moving on, Jewels and Kim Bella, they thought it was a good time to go ahead and let the kids know that daddy going to jail. So they told them, of course the kids acted how they reacted, like, oh, okay, you asked to stay, just being kids. And he is talking a whole lot better with those teeth, man. He has gotten used to the veneers, or either he got them shaved down a little bit more. Like, he was talking very well with his teeth, and I was proud of him. Like, I really was. So anyways, moving on, we get a scene of Jonathan. Out of all people, he goes to meet up with what the boy name? Rich Dollars, about NIEs. To find out some information about NIEs, because he may know, which made no sense. This whole storyline just kind of rubbed me away. Like, first of all, Rich was just like, yeah, she's been in and out of a mental facility, and for the last couple months, and she was there, and she called me and all this. First of all, you ain't no kin, so them people ain't gonna be telling you that girl business. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's number one. You ain't the husband or anything like that. Number two, it was just weird. Like, out of all people, Rich, and she, he went on to say that, she called him while he was in there to But while she was in there, so I guess she can be released to him and whatever. But excuse me, long story short, Rich knew some tea about it. Basically, she been having mental breakdowns and her husband been putting her in the facility and she been refusing to take medicine, all that type of stuff. And Rich kept it real with Jonathan because Jonathan was like, he really want to be there for his friend. And Rich was just like, y'all relationship is toxic. Y'all always going back and forth, calling each other out your name, doing all this kind of stuff. And it's toxic. It's just not good energy. And, that was that. But y'all know that was unrealistic. And then, the final scene with Sin and Joe Budden. And, I kind of touched on it earlier. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I would like to add more to the Sin and Joe Budden. Man, Joe Budden like in his 40s or something like that. And Sin 25, I believe Joe Budden, he may not be 40. But if he's not 40, he's definitely like 37. I'm going to look it up real quick while I have my phone in front of me. But, it's so crazy because he 38 years old. So basically 40 and she like 25 or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy because I just feel like I feel for, but at the same time it's like Joe Budden is he has that dry personality. And I was surprised that he even told that girl that he's okay whether they break up or not. Like he'll be fine. And I was surprised he told her that. I don't know why I was surprised because I am a Joe Budden fan and he's very straightforward whether it is, the wrong time to say something. But I was surprised he told her that. Now, if she would have started crying after he said that, I would have been like, boy, those tears right there, But to be serious though, man, it just goes to show why you have to have something of your own, friendship or some type of just positive relationship with other people or meaningful people outside of your relationship, man, because I would hate for you to put your happiness be relying on one person. And when that one person isn't there, you aren't happy. I just don't feel like that's fair to you or that person. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it could be your jobs. I mean, you can start a YouTube channel. you can start a YouTube channel. I love sports. It could be anything. But my advice to any and everybody in a relationship, man, you have to find something that is yours, something that you can do, so you won't necessarily feel like, when this person's gone, I'm feeling neglected. And I'm not saying that's what she's dealing with. Although I kind of think that's a little bit of what she's dealing with. Like he is so much of her world that when he's not there and absent, it's just like, what am I to do? I'm not really friends with these loving hip hop chicks, so I don't want to hang out with them. Like, well, what do I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys next time with the next video I upload, I believe tomorrow. The Haves and Have-Nots return. I cannot wait. That's my show. I cannot see what Tyler Perry have in store for me. But until then, guys, I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.